Ending a week of speculation, the BJP Tuesday announced Mohan Charan Majhi, a four-time MLA from Keonjhar and a tribal face of the party, as the new Chief Minister of Odisha. Majhi will take oath on Wednesday along with two Deputy Chief Ministers KV Singh Dev and Pravati Parida at a grand event in Bhubaneswar, which will be attended by Prime Minister Modi. The 52-year-old Majhi is seen as a leader who has risen from the grassroots, was anonymously elected as the BJP legislature party leader at a meeting held in the presence of union ministers and party observers Rajnath Singh and Bhupendra Yadav Tuesday. After the meeting, Majhi met Governor Raghuveer Das to stake claim to form the government. The governor extended an invitation to Sri Mohan Charan Majhi to form the new government. Sri Majhi accepted the invitation and communicated to the governor that the Council of Ministers would like to be sworn in at 4:55 p.m. in Janta Maidan, Bhubaneswar. Accordingly, the governor has appointed Sri Mohan Charan Majhi as the Chief Minister, said a communication from Raj Bhavan. Announcing the Chief Minister choice of the first BJP government in the state, Defence Minister Singh said in a post on X, "Delighted to announce that Sri Mohan Charan Majhi has been elected anonymously as the leader of Odisha BJP Legislative Party. He is a young and dynamic party Karyakarta who will take the state forward on road to progress and prosperity as the new Chief Minister of Odisha. Many congratulations to him." Reeling under a double whammy of temperatures over 42 degrees Celsius and a water crisis, Delhi saw a massive power outage that lasted nearly 2 hours on Tuesday afternoon after a snag at a substation of the Power Grid Corporation of India Limited in neighbouring UP. Power Minister Atishi said several parts of East, Southeast and Central Delhi, including water treatment plants, were affected. Officials said the Delhi Secretariat, the Delhi Transport Corporation headquarters at IP Estate and the other government building in ITO, as well as areas such as Lakshmi Nagar, Sarita Vihar, Sukhdev Vihar, Ashram, these. Addressing a press conference earlier in the day, Atishi hit out at the centre and said it is very worrying that the national power management system has failed today. There was a power outage in many parts of Delhi from 11 to 11 pm. This is due to a fire at the substation of Power Grid Corporation of India Limited in Mandola, UP. Delhi receives 1200 megawatt of power from the substations, he said. Atishi added, "I am seeking time to meet the newly appointed Power Minister Manohar Lal Khattar ji and PGCIL chairman today because it is very serious. The central government runs the power transmission system of the entire country. WTPs so power cuts are Sonia Vihar, these. However, UP government of officials denied there was any fire. It was not a fire. There was a spark in one of the isolators of our system which caused the problem in the electricity supply. It happened around 2:10 pm and it was fixed by 3 pm. Supply has been restored and around 1400 megawatt of electricity is being supplied to Delhi from our Mandola substation in Ghaziabad," said AK Mishra, Executive Director, Northern Region 1 Power Grid. Atishi also wrote a letter to Khattar in which he said Delhi, besides being the national capital and housing political leaders and the entire union government machinery, is also the home of more than 3 crore people. In this scenario, it is a matter of grave concern that the failure of the national grid caused a power outage of 2 hours in the national capital. Due to the prevailing heatwave conditions, the need of uninterrupted electric supply to Delhi is of paramount concern, she wrote. Atishi said the Delhi government and DISCOMs worked in tandem with other power sources to restore power and electrically gradually return to different areas. The tussle between Delhi LG VK Saxena and AAP government over the shortage of water in the national capital continued on Tuesday, with both sides accusing the other of spreading lies to mislead the people. Taking to X, the LG in a post said he has spoken to Haryana Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini, who informed him that water was being provided to Delhi as per the allocated share. He also said the Haryana CM assured all people help despite the state's own constraints due to the ongoing heatwave. Water Minister Atishi, flagging a copy of affidavits filed by the Haryana in Supreme Court, alleged that the BJP's government in the state was deliberately and illegally trying to stop water supply to Delhi's Munaf Canal. While the LG says Haryana is releasing sufficient water to Delhi, the Haryana government in its affidavit in the Supreme Court said it is releasing 985 cusecs of water. So LG's first lie has been exposed. Second, he said Delhi is not maintaining the Muna Canal. Repair and maintenance of the canal is the responsibility of the Haryana Irrigation Department, not Delhi's, he claimed. Responding to the LG office statement on water theft and tanker mafia being behind the shortage, he alleged if less water is coming at Bhavana, the entry point from where water comes to Delhi, that means this water is being filled in tankers in Haryana. Do you expect ministers from the Delhi government to stop tankers in Haryana? You are the LG of Delhi, not a spokesperson of the BJP. If you know there is a problem of water theft and wastage, you should take action. Talk to the Haryana CM, complain to the Haryana police, she added. In response to Atishi's statement, the LG's office shared the minister was trying to create an excuse for the criminal failure of the Arvind Kejriwal government in providing water to the people and is creating a false public narrative even while the SC is hearing the matter. The question of a shortfall, if any, is irrelevant since by her own admission all WTPs of Delhi, barring one producing more water than their capacity from water supplied by the Muna Canal from Haryana, said officials. When former Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar took over the reins of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs from the outgoing Minister Hardeep Singh Puri on Tuesday afternoon, the staff and visitors to Nirman Bhavan were greeted by an unusual sight. Puri, who reigned to the office for 7 years, was mostly accompanied by a couple of non-uniformed security staff, but Khattar was escorted by several armed Haryana police commandos. As the new minister held a 3-hour-long meeting inside the conference room, the commandos lined the corridors, prompting many to stop and ask what happened. Some officials were even seen showing their IDs before walking past. The government is committed to bring positive change in the lives of those associated with cooperatives by providing them new opportunities, Union Home and Corporation Minister Amit Shah said as he took charge Tuesday. Shah, who has allocated the 2 ministries for the second consecutive term, and also said the new government will take its efforts for India's security to the next level and build Bharat as a bulwark against terrorism, insurgency and Naxalism. The Ministry of Cooperation will continue to work towards strengthening the country's economy along with the rural economy by empowering the farmers as per Prime Minister Modi's vision of Shahkar se Smriddhi. Our government is committed to bring positive change in the lives of crores of people associated with this sector by giving them opportunities while empowering the idea of cooperation. Shah posted on X after assuming charge as a Minister of Corporation at Atal Akshay Urja Bhavan. In another post on X, he wrote, under the stewardship of PM Shri Modi ji, I reassumed charge of the Ministry of Home Affairs today. The MHA will remain committed to the security of the nation and its people and is always has been. Modi 3.0 will take its efforts for India's security to the next level and build Bharat as a bulwark against terrorism, insurgency and Naxalism. Setting the agenda for India's foreign policy during the BJP-led NDA government's third-term External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Tuesday said India's focus will be on finding solutions to the ongoing border issues with China and to Pakistan's year of cross-border terrorism. Jaishankar, who has been face of India's assertive foreign policy, assumed charge for a second consecutive term in the South Bloc. Our focus with regard to China will be on finding a solution to the border issues that will continue. With Pakistan, we would want to find a solution to the issue of years-old cross-border terrorism, he told reporters. In any country and especially in a democracy, it is a very big deal for government to get elected 3 times in a row. So the world will definitely feel that today there is a lot of political stability in India. As far as Pakistan and China are concerned, the relations with those countries are different and the problems there are also different, he said. Jaishankar, who was congratulated by his counterparts from around the world including Iran, Austria, Serbia, Cyprus, Panama, Tanzania and Chile, also spoke on his meeting with Maldivian President Mohamed Muizzu, who was among the guests invited by India for PM Modi's swearing-in ceremony on Sunday. On the reports about the Maldives parliamentary committees passing a resolution to investigate their previously government's 4 agreements with India, Jaishankar said, "We had a very good meeting with President Muizu. I would prefer to be guided by what is my experience and my conversation." The foreign minister also emphasized the importance of relations with neighbors. "We began the day of swearing in with our neighborhood first affirmation," he said, adding that relations in the neighborhood will be the first and overall priority of Modi government. The BJP on Tuesday picked 4-time Keonjhar MLA Mohan Charan Majhi, who is from the tribal Santhal community, as Odisha's chief minister. Majhi will take oath along with Deputy CMs KV Dev and Pravati Parida, who will become the first woman Deputy CM of the state, at the Janta Maidan in Bhubaneswar at 4:55 p.m. on Wednesday. Though I was confident that he would be chosen as a minister after the BJP won the majority, I never thought that he would come to the CM. Whatever he has got is because of the blessings of Lord Jagannath. I am very proud of him. Majhi's wife Priyanka told reporters they have 2 sons. Majhi, 52, will become the first Odisha CM from the BJP. He has been associated with the party for a long time and is surprise pick for the top post. He comes from Raikela in Keonjhar and was a teacher at the local Saraswati Shishu Mandir, part of a network of schools run by RSS educational wing Vidya Bharati, before beginning his political career as a Sarpanch in 1997. Majhi was elected to the assembly for the first time in 2000 and was re-elected in 2004, becoming the deputy chief whip in the BJP coalition government. The CM-elect failed to hold his ground in the 2009 elections after the BJD and the BJP broke their alliance following the Kandhamal riots, and the BJP took a massive hit. The BJD won 103 seats of 147 assembly seats up to 40 constituencies, while the BJP finished third with a tally of 6 seats down from 26. Majhi failed to win in 2014 too, but bounced back in 19 to win a third term from Keonjhar, even though the Navin Patnaik-led party won all the remaining seats in the district. With the BJP becoming the principal opposition party, Majhi was appointed the party's chief whip and he took on the Navin government head-on. Majhi filled the vacuum in the state leadership after leader of the opposition Pradipta Kumar Naik was hospitalized because of his prolonged illness because of COVID-19. When the party repeated Majhi in the election, he won Keonjhar with a margin of 11,000 votes, defeating the BJD's Meena Majhi. Majhi will be the first CM from Keonjhar in the northern part of the state. The district, rich with mineral reserves, is among the major contributors to the state's GDP. The BJP struck a regional balance while picking the 2 deputy CMs. 6-time Patnagarh MLA Kanak Vardhan Singh Dev, 67, is from the east while royal family of Patnagarh in Odisha's western region and a former president of the state unit of BJP. The grandson of former Odisha CM Rajendra Narayan Singh Dev, Kanak Vardhan was elected to the assembly for the first time in 1995 and continued to hold Patnagarh till 19. When he lost to the BJD's Saroj Meher, he defeated Meher this time by 1300 votes. From 2000 to 2009, when the BJD and the BJP were in a coalition, Kanak Vardhan managed key portfolios such as industries and urban development. His wife Sangeeta Singh Dev is the current Balangir MP. She won the seat in 98, 94, 2004 and 19-2. The second deputy CM is Pravita Parida, a first-time MLA from the Nimapada Assembly constituency in the coastal Puri district. Though Pravati, 57, contested in 14 and 19, she lost to the BJD Samir Ranjan Das. She managed to win the seat this time after Samir joined the BJP after being denied the ticket. Parida, a qualified lawyer and enrolled as an advocate in the Odisha High Court, has earlier served as the state president of the BJP Mahila Morcha. The Centre Tuesday appointed Vice Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi as the next Army Chief. The development comes in just over 2 weeks after the government, in an unusual move, extended by a month the tenure of current Army Chief General Manoj Pandey, who was to retire on May 31. General Dwivedi will took over the new appointment from the afternoon of June 30, when the General Pandey demits office. The former Northern Army Commander is the senior most officer in the Army at present. The norm is to appoint the most senior Army Commander or the Army Vice Chief is made the Army Chief when the serving COS retires. The Army Chief retires on completion of 3 years in the appointment or on attaining the age of 62, whichever is earlier. The government decision to extend the tenure of General Pandey by a month, barely a week before his retirement, has given rise to speculation that it wants to keep options open for the next government to decide on the selection of the Army Chief. Born on 1 July 64, Lieutenant General Dwivedi was commissioned into the infantry Jammu and Kashmir Rifles of the Army on December 15, 1984. During his service spanning over 4 decades, he has served in a variety of command, staff, instructional and foreign appointments. His command appointments include Commander of Regiment 18 Jammu and Kashmir Rifles, Brigade 26 Sector Assam Rifles as Inspector General Assam Rifles and 9 Corps. He has also served as Director General Infantry and General Officer Commanding in Chief Northern Command from 22 to 24, before getting appointed as the Vice Chief of Army Staff. A senior officer is an alumnus of Sainik School Rewa, National Defence College and US Army War College. He was conferred Distinguished Fellow in the coveted NDC equivalent course at USAWC, USA. The officer holds an MPhil in Defence and Management Studies and 2 master's degrees in Strategic Studies and Military Science. The University Grants Commission has allowed higher education institutions to admit students twice a year. While earlier regulations allowed students to be admitted only during July-August, the UGC's recent decision means that students can now be admitted in January, February and in July-August from the upcoming academic session. The UGC decision leaves it to the institution to decide if they want to offer admission in both the cycles or just one, and this will depend on the infrastructure and faculty. The UGC has said the biannual admission are not mandatory, but the decision now provides flexibility to institutions that might want to increase their student intake and offer new programs in emerging areas. UGC Chairman M. Jagdish Kumar told the Indian Express every university offers admission in July-August. In addition to this, if they wish to offer programs in January, they are welcome to. The situation can be unique to a particular institution. The challenges can vary from institution to institution. The UGC provides a broader regulatory framework enabling the institutions to work out the details themselves and implement if they think they can, he said. On whether universities may now be able to offer admissions to different sets of courses in the 2 academic cycles, he said it is a choice for them depending on the infrastructure that is available. Delhi University Vice Chancellor Yogesh Singh said it is a good idea, a very common idea in the Western world where many universities are doing this. We are also very open. In PhD we are already doing it. We are admitting students twice a year for UG and PG also. We are very open and we will initially implement it in a few programs and then extend it to other programs. On whether the new admission system is likely to be in place from the upcoming session onwards, he said no admissions have already started, so can't do it right now. Asked about courses for which admissions are based on entrance exams, he said we will have to conduct entrance exams twice a year. Redrawing the red line. India must calibrate Riyasi response, but under no circumstances must assembly elections be put off. This is exactly that any active Jammu and Kashmir observer would have expected, and it happened. When India celebrates, it's not just an occasion of joy but also a caution, because on the other side of the line of control are those who exploit such occasions to send a message. While India was marking yet another successful exercise of democracy, carrying out the inauguration of the 3rd successive NDA government and the return of a strong opposition, Pakistan-sponsored terrorists appeared on the Riyasi-Katra road to ambush a bus full of pilgrims. The driver was shot from the front and as the vehicle rolled into a ravine, it was sprayed with bullets. 9 pilgrims died and 33 were injured. The Resistance Front, a virtual euphemism of the Lashkar-e-Taiba, announced that the attack was the beginning of a renewed start. Terrorist organizations like to use big-ticket national events to convey messages. This one should be interpreted as stating that the Pakistan has simply invested too much in its J&K strategy, referred to as the war by 1,000 cuts to pull back. The terror leadership and the ISI in Pakistan look upon the J&K situation as temporarily on hold, which with efforts to continue remaining relevant and preventing any perception of J&K having been resolved in favor of India. Chinks of the Indian armor will be sought because striking when the strength of terrorists have been reduced well below the effective threshold is not easy. There is a history of Pakistan-sponsored terrorist striking in sync with the big and historic events. The most significant one is the Chitisingpura massacre of March 20, 2000 when 36 Kashmiri Sikhs were shot in cold blood by the same LET. Lashkar-e-Taiba. Former US President Bill Clinton on a state visit to India was to address a joint session of parliament the next morning. This time in Riyasi, it is about the projection of relevance that all is not over yet for the local separatists and stakeholders from across the LOC. A single event can sometimes upset the apple cart of stability. Carefully facilitated through the last 5 years after the bold decision to remove Article 370, several hard measures have been undertaken to break the back of terrorism. A plethora of networks, terror financing, media, overground workers, ideological separatists and many more have been neutralized. Those who study such situations warned of an inevitable pushback to reclaim some of the space from which the Pakistan deep state's interests have been removed. There were efforts to regain relevance through several low-level strikes at soft targets in the valley. These include soldiers on leave, unarmed traffic policemen, migrant laborers and the minority community. The cumulative effect, perhaps insufficient, forcing a new strategy to targeting the security forces south of Pir Panjal, where the infiltration dragnet is relatively weaker, the terrain conducive to strike and withdraw operations and the overall alertness of a lower order due to stable environment for almost 15 years. Recall Bafliya 6 months ago and other such incidents in the Punch Rajouri sector where the SF elements were ambushed, leading to many of as 20 fatal casualties. As part of the reforms in the People's Liberation Army since 15, China has focused on preparing for combat, keeping conditions of the informative age in mind. It is doing so by integrating its services, arms and systems into a joint network centering fighting force. The PLA Western Theatre Command has played a proactive role in securing China's southern and southwestern borders, preparing for conventional and non-conventional warfighting and acclimatizing its personnel to the rough terrains and harsh altitude of Xinjiang and Tibet. India is one of the principal operational directions in which the WTC is mandated to act. India needs to assess the WTC's operational structure, training mandates and warfighting priorities, especially the theatre multi-domain integrated joint operations efforts. The WTC has focused on 3 key factors. These includes conducting combat training and preparedness exercises, getting acquainted with WTC's harsh terrain bordering India and building air superiority and transportation capabilities.